What's up, guys? It's your boy JohnPick with Sharp Bets DFS, back with another video to help you make money on PrizePicks tonight. But first, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more of our videos, and check out the pinned link in the comments below. That's where you'll find a link to our Discord, where you'll find all the tips, advice, players to tail, picks to tail, full tickets to tail, anything and everything you could possibly need to succeed and make money on PrizePicks tonight. So that's our goal. You can see we've got a nice big slate of games tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games to choose from. We've narrowed it down to 4 of our favorites. So one more time before I get started and really get into this, definitely check out that pinned link in the comments for access to our Discord, where $14.99 will get you, can't guarantee a winning ticket every single night, but, well, I'll tell you, it's damn near that. And I'll show you some proof here in just a minute to back up those claims. Anyhow, let's get into some of our picks. We've got 4 that we really like. Didn't really see too much from Hawks Mavericks here that we were bullish on. So as I was saying, the Knicks game and the Wizards, didn't really see a whole lot of props there other than that Julius Randle rebounds. So we're going to go ahead and put that up. But past that, we do have 4 core plays that we really like, really think they're great value and something you need to pick up right away. One of them was off the board. Let's make sure that they may have put him. Yes, he is back up on the board, so we will get to that. But for now, let's look at our first player we're really bullish about, and we feel like you should be too. It's going to come from the Pacers and Thunder, who play at 7, and that's Mr. Josh Giddey. We love him to go over 6.5 assists. Now, he's not the point guard. SGA is. We know this. However, SGA is a much more of a scorer than a facilitator, which works out great for OKC. Shai is amazing. We love what he does. We take his props for points all the time. But Giddey has just been absolutely ablaze lately. That being said, let's take a look at some of his numbers. In his last 5, he's averaging, over this. Not super far over this, but at 7.6, man. And if his line's at 6.5, that's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? Let's dig a little bit further. He's up against Indianapolis tonight. So Indy, I have a couple stats here. Let me pull them out for you. So a few interesting tidbits on Giddey. Again, as you can see, he's averaging in his last 5 over 7, which is where we would need him to hit tonight. So the Pacers, his opponent tonight, give up the 6th most assists to the shooting guard position, which, again, that's where he is. He's not a 1. He's not the point guard bringing up the ball all the time, but he is your shooting guard, your 2 position. So add on that Giddey is averaging 8 assists over his last 3 games against the Pacers, plus Halliburton is still out. Lock it. And I mean lock it tight. We love Giddey to go over 6.5 assists. All right, so our next person that we were looking at tonight, our next player we're really bullish on, is going to be Domantas Sabonis to also go over his assists. Now, let's see. Oh, look at that. They've already bumped it up. Yep. We just had Domantas Sabonis going over 7.5. I'll be honest with you. I still like him going over 8. And there's a few reasons for that, right? So he has been a machine as of late. He's one of these Euro big men that does not put so much emphasis on being a force down low in the paint, although he's capable, and we've seen that plenty of times from him. He's one of those Euro big men that's all about distributing, which, hey, that's fundamental basketball. That's good stuff if you ask me. It may not be the most entertaining thing to watch from a big man, but as far as getting the job done, getting his team the W, Sabonis is amazing. So again, we had him at 7.5 assists, and I'll get into the Discord and show you where we posted that for our patrons to tail, and also with Randall. But Sabonis at 7.5 was a great, way to go. We felt like super solid pick, and I'll tell you what, DraftKings has him at a minus 145 at 7.5. So, I'm not sure that they're quite as bullish now that we've moved it up to 8. But again, Sabonis tonight against the Lakers, he's going to be on national television. So he's going to be, dying to show off a little bit, which I wouldn't blame him for because the man has some serious skills. There you have it. That's our second pick. Well, technically third, again, since Randall's back up on the board. But I'll tell you what, for now, let's just take him off. So far, we've got Josh Giddey going over 6.5 assists. We talked about how on fire he's been. And then we've got Sabonis going over 7.5 assists. He's at 8 now. It's bumped up since we got it locked in. And the reason for that is I think they realize that at 7.5, they're going to be losing some money. And that money's going to be in your hands. So at 8, I'm not so sure about it, but we're going to go ahead and put it up on the board because we liked it at 7.5. So our next player that we're bullish about is going to be Bam Adebayo. So he is a beast to begin with. We know this. He's a monster. He owns the paint. Anytime he's playing, anytime he's on the floor, you try to get in that paint, you're going to have to go through Mr. Bam first, old Bam Bam. So let's take a look at what he's done lately. They are up against New Orleans, the Pelicans tonight. Him against Valanciunas, another Euro big man who's great on the boards, but not quite as aggressive, we'll say that, as Bam. So I like the matchup to begin with. I kind of like him for points. Let's take a look at his points. There you are. So at 21.5, that is just barely below his points per game average on the season. Now, his last 5, 19, not quite as high as we'd like to see it if we're going to go for this points prop. But what we do like are his rebounds. Now, we were looking at him last night, and again, in real time, boom, it just jumped right on up from 9.5 to 10. So that's another bump that, PrizePicks realized their mistake in putting it out at 9.5 and almost immediately bumped it up to 10. So we're thinking, we really don't like these even numbers, because basically what that means is it's juiced. PrizePicks realized that the line that it came out at is just too low, and they have a real possibility of losing money to you. So they've moved it up to 10. That way, maybe if he gets 10, it's a push. They're not out. You're not out. That's PrizePicks thinking here. But for us, that doesn't work. We're here to make money. So what we've done is gone over here and taken a look at the first thing we did was come over here and looked at his points and rebounds. Yeah, we like him for points. Like I said, we like him for rebounds as well. But him at 10, I don't know about that. So it's a little bit iffy, not the safest, highest value play for you, so we're going to keep on looking. At points and assists, we know he's not a distributor. That's probably not going to work either. But then we're going to go over to the rebounds and assists tab. We may be getting somewhere. What kind of assists does this man get? Well, in his last 5, he's at almost 2.5 per game. Interesting. And away, it's even higher, 3.2. On the season, he's averaging right over 3. So if the man's good for 2 to 3 assists per game and his rebound line is at 10, and honestly, I expect him to clear that. But again, we want to stay away from those even numbers. Look at this, 12.5 for rebounds and assists. So again, if we like him to go over on rebounds when it was 9.5, so we like him to grab at least 10 boards, that was our assessment. Against Valanciunas, then shoot, if he gets around 3 assists per game on average this season, and right at about 2.5 or so in his last 5, and away games, which they are at New Orleans this evening, I believe, then let's just add this up. Let's just do some basic math, right? If we're looking at rebounds plus assists, and we want him to get at 12.5. If we're bullish on him going over 9.5, meaning 10, then his average is right about where we want to be right here. So I like, and we like, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. We love Bam Adebayo to go over 12.5 rebounds plus assists tonight in New Orleans. So there's your third. Boom. Definitely locking that in. Now, this fourth pick is one that is just, I can't believe they're still offering it on the board. If you look at what he's done lately and you look at what he's capable of doing, I mean, this man, Desmond Bane, going over 2.5 three-pointers, that's one of the higher value plays out there, if you ask me, in our opinion as well. DraftKings agrees it's a good play at minus 133. Now, I didn't say the number for Bam. DraftKings has at minus 135, by the way, for the rebounds and assists. So, but Desmond Bane to hit 3 three-pointers tonight sounds good just right on the surface, but let's do a little bit of digging, right? If we go down here and we look at what he's done lately from the three-point line, is that right? 59, 3, let me just make sure, 3-point percent. Yep, so he's shooting 60% from the three-point line, which is, out of this world to begin with. But we found a stat last night that honestly cracks me up. I think it's amazing. In his last 5, he shot 60% from behind the three-point line and 52% from the field. So the man is shooting better the further away from the basket he gets. Sounds like the man's on fire from the three-point line. Let's look at his nothing but green. Love that. Not always a good gauge to go by with your last 5. So let's dig a little deeper. What's he done? Let's see. His recent games, we're looking at 3, 5, 4, 3, 4. So an average of 3.8, right? Well, sometimes those numbers can be misleading. Let's pop it open and look a little bit further one more time. Yes, his numbers slow down a little bit when you get into December. But from January on, he has been on fire from the three-point line. Again, shooting 59%. Well, 55.3, as you can see from here, if you do his full average for the entire month of January. But again, look at these totals. 3, 5, 4, 3, 4, 2. 2's not above where we want to be, but look at him lately. Boom, 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 boom. Now, they're playing Cleveland tonight, who are not the best defense on the perimeter. They're fairly decent, but for Desmond Bane to end up with 3 three-pointers tonight seems extremely likely to us. We feel like it's a great bet. Vegas agrees. DraftKings agrees. So, I mean, there you go. There it is. I don't know what more evidence you would need to go ahead and lock that pick in as a great value. Now, again, they took this off the board earlier, and that's why I waited to shoot the video. I wanted to make sure he was back up on the board. Now, the reason that PrizePicks takes players or props off the board is they're hoping you'll take some of these more iffy props while these are down, and we see it on a daily basis. Sometimes they take them down for an hour. Sometimes they take them down for 3 hours. Sometimes they take them down for 30 minutes. But they do that. It's not some kind of glitch in the system. That's PrizePicks hoping that I got to fill out my 6-man card. I'll just do, let's look. CJ McCollum, yeah, sure. We can do 3, and boom, they got you. Ticket ruined. So knowing that, I'm glad we waited. Bane's back up. Randall was back up, which we also like, as I said before. Randall, I would say, is kind of a wild card because he has definitely been doing what he's doing on the glass, but we feel like the man's kind of due for a little bit of a rest. He's just their workhorse, man. He's out there doing everything, rebounding, assisting, scoring tons of points, getting buckets after buckets. And he's got a great matchup tonight against Washington. He truly does, but we're not quite as bullish on him. So play Julius at your own risk. I've got to say, you got to play Sabonis now that he's up at 8. Also play him at your own risk. But at least, if nothing else, it's not good that it bumped up because we can't pass that value that we found earlier on to you, but at least we are doing the research. We are on the right track because these picks we made, boom, they've bumped up since then. So, again, we're out here all day, every day, trying to find you the best value we can. So, let's go back, and as I said before, what I wanted to do was pull up our Discord and show you that we got the ticket in before those lines bumped. Here we go. So this is our ticket that we posted, as you can see, at midnight last night. We got Sabonis in at 7.5. So there you go. And that's on our tickets to tail, channel here. That's what our guys are constantly looking at. They get all, will you please go away? Oh, yeah. Anyway, sorry, folks. So you can see we posted this last night at midnight. So you get the value. And now the only way you would have known about this and would have been able to take advantage of this was if you were a member of our Discord, which, again, for only $14.99 a month, to get this kind of value, to make sure that this guy's going to be locked in at this amazing number that even PrizePicks agrees is an amazing number, because they just bumped it straight on up. So that, again, that tells you all you need to know. We are finding the best values on a daily basis for you to tail and to make money with us, because, again, when you succeed, we succeed. Thanks for watching. I'm JohnPick with Sharp Bets DFS. Good luck out there tonight. Let's make that money, son.